I have a plan for this Amazon. You may notice I'm using a bow already. That's because we're going to use a bow pretty much predominantly for normal. But we are going to be using bow throughout the entire thing, but we're also going to be using javelins, because I keep forgetting that I had actually found this lovely right here a while back. I think it was on our first run. So we're going to be doing hybrid. And I already have a plan for it. We're going to be doing lightning physical hybrid. So, and this is all just gear we're going to rotate through. It'll be fine. It'll be good. And hey, Huntron, how's it going? So let's go ahead, save and exit this. We're going to actually start a new game, just fresh, without the highly predictable password. So we'll do that real quick. Create. Okay. And get that set up, and we should be good. But anyway, how's it going? Like I said, how's it going, Huntron? Let's make sure everything is currently functioning properly. It looks like it is. I'm going to go ahead and set this up to where I don't have the preview on that. I could just see the frame rate and everything and all the warnings. And then I'll be able to see everything over here. That should be okay. Question mark. Big question mark. I am testing out new layout, and that is not what I wanted to click. Thank you. I don't need to go to my friend's Etsy store. Thank you very much. So that, and drag this down there. There we go. Now we're good. So I can see all the things that we need to be seeing. Let's go on the Bozon. You're doing a Lightning Fury Javelin at the moment. What breaks do you need to make sure to reach for Lightning Fury? I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly. It's just a matter of, well, fast enough for you to actually do damage. Generally speaking, the faster the better. And there is currently a known... Stop bumping the desk. Known issue with faster attack speed too right now. Why, thank you, Huntron. I am glad that you enjoy my voice. I do speak a little bit differently in real life, unless I'm storytelling. In which case, I talk like this in real life. It's a bit of an odd thing. Once you're on camera, you tend to speak differently, and this is true of pretty much every YouTuber, unfortunately. Yes, even Llama has a YouTube voice. Even no matter how much he... there's an IAS issue where it's uncapped currently. So, let's see. Oh, for Lightning Fury, it's increased attack speed, straight up. The only things on the Amazon that are faster cast are going to be your Inner Sight, your Slow Missiles, your Decoy, and your Valkyrie. All of these are attack speed. All of these are attack speed. So, yeah, but we're going Boazon. We're going to be going, most likely, a multi-shot. Because, unfortunately, I don't have a good late-game bow. I have not found a good one for Harmony or anything like that. So we're going to be using the Bariza that we found. And, yeah, we're going to be going with that. And so we're going to be going into multi-shot, which is a little bit better with Bariza than Strafe. Because crossbows are kind of just pants with attack speed on Strafe. We could do it on there. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. But the starting out plan is to go into multi-shot. And then in Nightmare... lean into the lightning over here, and of course along the way getting all our passives. Are we going to have a ton of points for Valkyrie? No. But it's going to work out fine. But anyway, I decided to start with the bow. I sold the javelins and stuff that we started with just so I could like force myself into bow, and we could actually go along with that fairly easily. Let me make sure my audio is set up properly. Let's go up to 9. And controls... Let's see. I wish... Is there a way... I know that I've seen other people pop it up where they can just load up their custom, but I do not know what button to press for that. So we have Z on zoom. We have that on nothing. No, mouse wheel up should be the next thing. There you go. And then we have E and F. And that should be good. Apply. There we go. But anyhoozle, hopefully you are doing all right as well, Travis. So let's go get our first few levels. Let's get this party started and just get moving along. And hopefully, and no, we won't get the Arctic Bow at level 2. We're going to get it closer to about level 6 or 7, most likely, because we'll actually get the plus stats from Saigons. Because we are going to be dumping strength for the first few levels, like heavily dumping strength, so we can get Saigons early, get ourselves set up with a few plus stats there, get ourselves kind of squared away, and be extremely happy. I currently don't have a secondary weapon. If we pick up some javelins, I'll throw them on there just as a stabby option, but I'm not going to be relying on them. I'm going to force myself into bows on normal just because that's what I feel like doing. And I know that a lot of people wanted me to do like full-on bow for like the entire run. I'm going to be doing kind of a mixed thing. So sorry if that upsets a few people, but it'll have to be fine. Because I feel like horsing around and messing with all the different items that we found. Because that's kind of what playing Untwinked is. Like, even if you're doing like multi-character thing, if you're playing single player, this is also what you'd want to do. Because you can't trade for anything on single player. You just kind of just deal with it. You can see we are murdering fairly effectively. Even with just the little bow. It's just a basic short bow. I mean, if you're not going to be able to kill with that... it'd be absolutely horrible. You should be able to kill stuff here, even with, like, fists, so... There are naked runs. Not going to be doing them myself, probably, anytime soon. You're super upset about it? I'm sorry. There are people who do get super upset whenever I don't play the builds they want me to play. Or whenever I don't love their particular build. But it's fine. Or if I like a weird build. Oh, yeah. There were a few people who were really upset about that Ethereal Breath of the Dying Sorceress. I'm like, okay, it's a silly build that's based off the no strength challenge. Deal with it. So anyway, we've leveled up. We want to get 1 point in Magic Arrow. Just because that's a fairly good starting thing. And we're going to go straight into strength. Like I said, we want to get onto Saigons as quickly as possible. And then we'll move over into getting the stuff for the Arctic Bow. And then we should be kind of set for a while. We won't get our next bow until level 25, which is an edge bow. Because it is the edgelord of edge bows. It's so edgy. Why am I not playing a punch source? Funnily enough, one punch source is a thing that I've done. I've gotten all the way through hell with no weapon on her, so it's fairly similar to the Ethereal Breath of the Dying Sorceress, though. It's basically just a dream source with nothing in her hand. So, it's pretty solid. It does a lot of damage. It's just... And your fist is indestructible. It's just a little bit slow. And you can pretty much one-punch thing on players 1 with it. And the Breath of the Dying Sorceress can usually go through and do most of the difficulty on her own. And, hey, Marlesco, how's it going? You wanted... Okay, Travis says he wants to do a martial arts assassin using Phoenix Charge Up and Dragon Claw's finisher. I probably won't use Dragon Claw's finisher, but whenever we do the assassin, which we're getting down to the last few, because we've already done Necro, Sorceress, and Druid. This is going to be number 4. That means the next poll of 3 is literally going to be the last 3 left, which is Barbarian, Assassin, and Paladin are going to be the last 3 on there. So, and we are doing the Assassin as a controller assassin. So that's going to be straight up.
I hear foul creatures about.
The kick that teleports is one that we are going to use on that build. But we're going to be using Dragon Talon as our main finisher, simply because it is just good. And honestly, you can build builds around Dragon Talon just by itself. You don't even need the charge up skills for it, so I figure it's a safe bet to have as kind of a main goal, if that makes sense. So in case we completely flop with the charge up stuff, we still have something that can do the entire difficulty of hell, just in and of itself. We just need to be a little bit cautious about our additional other skills. The dual claw thing is sadly, unfortunately, not quite as powerful as one would hope. Despite that being like their main weapon. Their signature weapon. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. It's kind of sad that it's just not that amazing. And yes, if I'm talking a little fast, tell me. I made a caffeinated drink mix before this, and I think I over-caffeinated it. I was drinking along and I'm like, that's making my stomach feel weird. So I added a bunch of water to it, and it still tastes a bit too strong. So that means I probably over-caffeinated. So I will be probably crashing in about 2 hours and just be for a little bit, but it should be fine. It's not the first time I've done that. When I worked retail, I used to do it a lot, unfortunately, because that was the only way to make it through the nights. Because, yes, I was one of those weird-ass night shift workers. Oh, no. Let's go and grab the Hell Shrine. Grab that. Looks like we're doing okay. Not a lot of enemies so far, unfortunately. Not quite as populated as I thought it would be. But, any hoozle. We are waltzing through as our hobo Amazon currently. And we should probably get like 3 or 4. We'll probably get level 3 down here. Actually, we're guaranteed to get level 3 down here because there it is. But we might get a little bit close to 4, but we should be getting 4 before we even get to our like real skills. Honestly, we have the magic arrow, but chances of us actually using that super frequently, pretty slim, at least until a little bit later when we have enough points to, you know, make it relatively cheap. Because right now it's a little bit pricey. Can you stop walking back and forth? Thank you. Once we get some mana leech, which is around 11, we should be able to use it just regularly.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, we really are that full. I forgot that I transferred all of these in. So is that any good? No. Is that wand worth selling? No. And is this ring worth using until we get up to our other stuff? Not really, but we'll use it anyway. Axe can go. Actually, no, we'll keep the axe. We'll use the axe on swap in case we run out of arrows. Who needs a javelin whenever you've got a giant freaking axe? So I'm playing an axe murderer. Do not, especially early on, don't use a shield with any one-handed swinging weapons. Like with this, if I pick up a shield, I'm boned. I'm going to be reaction locked. Because that's going to go on for freaking ever. And there's a shaman in the middle of all that, which kind of sucks for me. We can one-shot the little dudes, but I want to come around this other side and deal with that shaman. This is going to piss me off if we don't. Oh, you shit biscuit. Get the hell back here. Die, you fool. I don't care about the rest of these. I want that bastard dead. Thank you. Mainly because he's going to keep reviving stuff. Now, fire arrow is a very, very tempting thing. And one thing I was considering was possibly going exploding arrow as a sort of support skill as well. That way we'd be fire, physical, and lightning. We would be cutting a little bit into our lightning damage, but it should be kind of nice. That axe looks small. Is that small to you? Oh, we got a rare javelin. Of course we would get a rare javelin. Why wouldn't we? It is actually a fairly small axe, but compared to us, it's not that small.
Perhaps
You're currently farming for your monarch? Oh, nice. We need to get a few more monarchs so we can start giving away all that fun stuff. So let us see. Nice town portal. Get our stats up. We are not going to have stats for Arctic very soon, unfortunately. We could probably put on the belt, though. I think we actually already have the stats for the belt. Yeah, we can put on the belt. We are not going to get the stats for that super early. So, we can hatchet things in the face. It's okay. Of course, we get a halfway decent javelin, so of course we're going to use it. I mean, that's not a great javelin. It will work for what we need it for. So what we need is 60 strength to get this, and then we can equip everything else in here. So that is why we are dumping strength. Are we going to get it by 6? No. Because we got 3 more levels, that's just going to put us up to 45. But we can start equipping some other stuff. It's okay. Sell you and you. So now we have Javelin. This we can use a shield with. We've made it to level 80 as a sorceress and can't find any good gear. Any ideas? Farming. Generally speaking, you can do just fine with rune words and stuff like that. You could go with Spirit for your weapon. Just get a broadsword, get 4 sockets in it. That's an easy +2 skills, faster cast, all that other stuff. and it's really cheap to make. Now, we currently don't have one on us, so I'm not going to try and tell you off the top of my head what the runes for it are, but someone in chat sure can. It's also on Ariat Summit and all that other fun stuff. So let's see. We're going to sell these two as well. We're probably going to sell that Rings of Craftsmanship. We do have a Ravenfrost, by the way. We found it on, I think, our first character. It was a while back, though. So let's go ahead and grab Critical Strike, just because it's going to be nice. And as far as bow and crossbow skills, do I want to go down to Exploding Arrow? This would make normal a lot easier, just to spam through stuff, but I think I'd be wasting a lot of points. This makes Andariel easier. And I don't want to be using a respec. That's another reason why we're going dual, is so we can come down here, we can get the lightning stuff in Nightmare and Hell, and we can already have this set up in normal. So I'm just going to go ahead, get all these kind of squared away. We'll probably dump a little bit extra into Magic Arrow and get multi-shot up to about 10 or 15, just to keep the mana cost in check, and be happy with that. Get ourselves a little gold setup. Do we have... I mean, we're not going to be going stealth. So, yes, we are mixing it up by not going stealth. I want to be the glowy one. Just at least for one of these. We are probably going to use it again for Paladin as well. So I'm going to adjust the microphone real quick because I'm going to lean back a little in the chair just to get comfy. So we're in here for the long haul. Talthol or Am. That sounds about right. But yeah, we're leaning into multi-shot / javelin because we got this on our first run through, and I think we got this fairly soon after. So those are the ones we're leaning into. Oh, and we need more arrows. This is going to be a thing with the arrows and bolts, is we're going to have to keep them fairly well stocked up. So just realize that I am buying these just for that. Okay. So, onward to Cold Plains. Do we want to kill the crazy lady? We might as well. I mean, we're going to be horrible at it. Kill you. And you can see that, yeah, our mana goes down quick. Hey, we got a better short bow. So I am going to identify it. It's got to be better than what we've got. Yeah, it's a little better. It's got bonus versus undead, which is going to actually help us out a little bit. I wouldn't mind some mana per kill, though. Did I see his video? I figured something like that was in place because I was noticing some oddities on some single-player tests, but I saw that he posted a video about IAS. It's probably about the same thing, if I had to guess. But no, I haven't sat down and watched it yet. I added it to my watch later because I was browsing a little bit before this. Which is really weird. I don't actually watch that much Diablo 2 content, but it still recommends it to me. Yeah, so many arrows. Arrows are king. You may notice I am swapping between Magic Arrow to kind of stretch them out a little bit. Because we don't have mana per kill yet. And I'm just using that against the big boys. So we can do them in single shots. And you may notice that we don't lose arrows whenever we use Magic Arrow. It's one of the good things about it. So let's go ahead. Since we already have all the stuff that we absolutely need set up. We will be getting this later so we can go down in there. I'm going to go more Magic Arrow. So, yeah. But yeah, the test build I was noticing it on was... was a bear druid, but yeah. How painful is it going so far? It's not going to be that painful. We're going dual element. I almost just put into Vitality. That would have sucked.
Not enough mana.
Small Charm? I thought I had a Grand Charm. It was a 12% increased attack speed one.